Hey, Hesbos. Welcome to Hesby Street. We have such a good show for you today. Zack Chapaloni's in the building. Make some noise.
Ah.
Want to let you guys know we have some shows coming up. You can check out the full schedule at hesbystreetpod.com, but Zack Chapaloni will be in the San Francisco Bay Area, April 28th to 30th. Sacramento Punchline. Those are rescheduled dates. So if you went there last weekend, didn't see Zack, hit him up. He owes you money.
Sorry, Gio.
But he will now
your
be
message.
there May 12th to 14th. He'll also be at the San Francisco Punchline June 22nd to 25th. The 22nd.
Tell him about 22nd.
Oh, I'll be a little Torio, Zack co-headlining situation.
First time ever at our home club. Co-headlining. Couldn't ask for a better person to co-headline with.
Oh, man, if I was going to headline with someone, it'd be me for sure.
Yeah.
So that's great for you.
I know, dude.
That's
I'm
exciting
stoked.
for you.
You're stoked. Imagine how I feel. And also, it's the Punchline, the San Francisco Punchline, a legendary comedy club.
Oh, my God. It's going to be the best. It will sell out. I'm saying it right now. I'm
Yeah.
manifesting
So
it.
get tickets when they put them up. It's not as huge a deal to them. Like tickets, the ticket link will be arriving to their website shortly.
Yeah, but you can find it at our website. I'll be in Santa Cruz April 22nd, San Francisco the 23rd, Petaluma the 24th. I'll be in Minneapolis May 12th and 13th. HesbyStreetPod.com. You can also find us on Instagram and YouTube at HesbyStreetPod. Like, review, subscribe, start the pod.
Concise.
That's right, dude. Let's get into it.
All right. Music time. How are you mentally?
How am I mentally?
Yeah.
I'm hanging on by a thread, just like every week. Why you ask?
Well, I saw I Am Athlete, the podcast with like all my favorite
Oh, yeah, you
NFL
talk about
players.
this a lot, yeah. How are they mentally?
They started off, they go,
How are
athletes
they-
are too rough. You know, we're like, we don't check in on mental health. So like
Yeah.
they ask each other, like, how are you mentally and how are you physically? And they're all like, mentally I'm good. Financially, I'm growing, I'm learning.
Do they ever say bad?
No.
Yeah. That's what I don't like.
No, they don't say bad.
It's like, why ask?
Well, how are you mentally?
Bad. Always bad.
Well, how are you financially?
Worse.
Oh.
I did get a tax refund.
Whoa.
Top, baby.
That was quick.
Yeah.
And then physically, how are you doing?
Not great. So what do you got for me? You here to help, or are you just here to like... Is this like when you ask how people are doing and you just want them to say good, how are you? It's like small talk. You're trying to get better at small talk.
No, I'm trying to do the Brandon Marshall thing, but I only know the answer he does.
Okay, so...
That's what I'm talking about. Give me 5. Yeah.
All right, let me try again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yo, man, how mentally? Let me check in on you. You know, I care about my people. How are you mentally right now?
Mentally, I'd say that it's everything's totally lit right now. It's litty.
Okay, that's great, man.
Yeah.
That's great.
Any other questions?
Physically, how are you feeling? How's your body?
Oh man, greatest shape of my life. I feel ready.
That's fantastic.
Like, ask me if I want to do something, anything physical.
You want to go to war?
Yep, let's do it. I'm ready for war.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great, man.
That's
and
awesome,
financially, how are you?
Oh, so good. I'm investing in low risk mutual funds right now.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, PE ratios are good.
Great.
Interest rates are down.
Oh no.
But that's good,
No, that's good.
I think.
Oh.
Yep.
I don't, I should learn finance before I ask how people are doing financially.
Yeah, so now did you get what you wanted out of the conversation?
I'm just going to hang on more towards like the mentally litty.
Mentally litty.
Because that's like my dumbed down language.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm mentally
PE
litty, dude.
ratios.
Okay.
You lost me at ratios. You had me at PE.
Physical education
I was
ratio?
stoked. Once you
I
said
get
PE ratio, I'm like, are we playing dodgeball today? Or is there like an activity?
is that ratio like dodgeball versus running the mile? I get that. Oh, it's bad this week, so we're running this week.
It's like a PE ratio. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's actual work.
Sometimes it's racquetball. And on rainy days, we do the inside dodgeball thing, and that's fun.
It's fun, but you can't throw at people's heads.
Yeah. Crab walking.
What's crab walk?
You never did. We did.
Oh, yeah, on your back. You're like on your back.
And we did like one of the rainy day activities. I guess I guess I thought this would be more relatable than it was. We had a giant inflatable ball, right?
Ooh.
And then you would have to crab walk soccer kick it
Oh,
to the
that's
other side
fun.
of the gym.
That's
versus
fun.
The other side, yeah. Rainy days were fun. In San Diego, rainy days, they didn't happen often.
Uh-huh.
So they had to like, in all the schools I went to were outdoors, you know? So it was like they had to find an activity everyone could do in the one indoor the gym.
I see.
So it became
That's fun. So this is like grade school, middle school?
all of it, high school,
Oh, really?
all the way.
High school, you're like, all right, dude, bring out that giant motherfucking
I
ball,
think
dude.
high school was dodgeball.
Okay,
But
okay.
like middle school was the crab walk.
You're just
ball
a
thing.
senior. You're like, are we crab walking today?
It's raining.
It's raining.
Are we crab walking?
Mr.
Like,
S?
my balls haven't dropped yet, and then they're gonna know. I'm a late bloomer, dude.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't.
Your balls never dropped.
We
I never
watched-
understood the balls dropping thing.
What don't you understand about it?
I don't think I ever noticed it.
Oh, yeah. I
Like in
don't
my
think I
life,
did
they
either.
were always down.
Oh, really?
I guess.
As
like,
a baby, it's like, it's a boy, and clearly with those drooping ass balls, it's a man.
I don't remember them ever being up. But maybe I just didn't pay enough attention down there.
Yeah, you got to explore yourself more.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, you can't go back in time. Just make up for it by exploring now. Is that a mole or is that dirt? Our rainy day activity was a lot of like movies. That was like the standard thing. And for PE, I guess, yeah, dodgeball.
Right.
We
Wait,
actually
why would you for your non-PE
For
class,
history?
It's like it's raining. We're watching a movie.
All right, close your
You're
looks.
indoors. Why does it matter that it's raining?
yeah. Oh, for recess. For
For
recess.
recess.
Yeah. All right, guys.
I'm not close those books. It's raining.
So the War of 1812 was is that a drizzle? Ooh, Mrs.
All right,
Doubtfire.
we're watching Platoon. It's like the most violent war movie.
We didn't have a gym in my grade school. In like Tiburon. It was like a really nice, wealthy town.
Yeah.
And when I was going into like 8th grade, or when I was about to graduate, we like spoke at town hall to like, because neighbors were protesting that our school was going to have a gym. And I wasn't even going to have the gym, but I like went to like,
They were protesting. They didn't want you to build a gym.
they didn't want to build a gym
It was
because
gonna affect their views.
more cars pulling in. It's going to be, affect the views. They don't want to hear the sound of kids having fun.
What was like? So I worked in that part of the world. It seemed like, did most kids go to private school? Like, what were the public schools like there?
So it depended greatly on like the town. Like Tiburon was its own thing. Tiburon was like the most elite out of all of like Mill Valley. It was like upper middle class, wealthy families, but not super balling or lower.
They're super balling now.
Super balling now, and even
Right.
back then they were financially successful. But it was like a
in the grand
community.
scheme of things.
There was a community. Ours was like just rich, powerful, elite families, and like one house just getting hit by the FBI because this guy's like left Russia with.
Right. So, so my question is like those kids were going to public school,
Yeah, there was public school there. Yeah.
but like obviously some kids are going to public school, but like would a lot of the people in your neighborhood not even go to the school you go to because they're at like some fancy private school or no?
They would go to a lot of actually kids would go to public school, and public school is always like scarier. There were always like real horror stories because we went to Catholic school. There's like 20 people in a class. Right. Not much trouble you can get into without like getting kicked out of school.
But there's a lot of like drugs in those rich schools. Like I know Mill Valley High School.
Oh, high school, yeah.
High school,
I'm talking grade like middle schools. Like a kid brought a bomb to. He like learned how to build a bomb.
Yeah, we had that at our high school too.
This is middle school.
Yeah, but it's also like okay, yes, that's crazy.
Yeah,
they built a bomb.
Or some reporter.
But they're not like you hear bomb and you think like who's gonna blow the whole school up. They're always like they're kind of just like. It's kind of just like fancy fireworks. It's
yeah,
like a little
totally.
bit of C4
totally.
and a lighter.
Totally. But you know what the scariest thing, like the public school thing is?
Yeah.
Is like, and to this day, it like scares me.
Yeah.
Kids beating up adults.
I never had that. Yeah, we had like people bringing. They would say, "Oh, kid brought a bomb to school," and you freak the fuck out.
That's a great point.
And then you find, yes, it's bad to bring explosives to school, but it's also like all he did was put matches in a tennis ball.
Yeah, right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Like,
Yeah. Or you see an article online,
Yeah.
and you're like, dude, I can make this. And then you're like, check it out.
Check it out, dude.
We could blow this place up. And it's like,
Well, we
you
could
don't
blow that
realize
trash can up.
how bad it is.
Right. No, I never had an adult getting his ass kicked by a student.
There was like a reporter that went to the middle school near us, and she, I think, had like rocks thrown at her face in the cafeteria and shit like that, or like was attacked by kids.
Rich kids are the scariest, dude. Rich kids scare me more than like a desperate mongoose.
Yeah.
I don't know why I picked mongoose.
Yeah,
But
that's
it seemed
interesting.
like the funniest
Yeah.
visual.
Yeah.
If I'm drafting a team for my brawl,
Okay.
and I'm gonna pick rich kid, rich high school.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I would pick. So there was like the black town, and they all like grew up with the rich kids.
Right.
So they would just like fight them. Like, you're in my house now. You know what I mean? Like, when I'm older, you guys are gonna own every fucking restaurant and place. Your family already owns it now. So this is my domain. I am a man.
Right.
And so yeah, a lot of like I felt like middle school that it was like not necessarily race war shit, because I don't know like what the tally was, but I knew people that would just like, I knew these kids, and I'd be like, oh yeah, he just clocked me on day one of history. I wasn't even looking at him. Or I think I looked at him and he said, what are you looking at?
Right. That's funny.
So yeah, public school in my upbringing, my dad went to private school, so it was like a threat. Like, shape up, right? It's public school.
Boarding school, bro.
Boarding school is the rich threat.
Right.
Um,
Military school.
And high school, yes. Rich kids, they partied way too fucking hard. Like, ecstasy parties at like 13, and like
yeah, same in my high
a
school.
lot of heroin addicts.
That's
a
honestly
lot of
probably
rich
why
kids.
I didn't have. I would have had more friends. I would have had more friends in high school if I did drugs.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have been the coolest kid in high school.
No.
But what's it all worth?
Friendship.
If you could have gone back, would you have done a little more drugs?
No. If I could
'Cause
go
they're-
back, I would have done like homeschooled. Get me out of here. I just want to learn.
No, you
Yeah.
wouldn't have, because knowing what you know now, you
Your
would
brain-
run school. You
you're-
could manipulate everyone.
This is why we're so different. Because I feel like if you went back in time with knowing what you know now, you might do that. For me, I'd be like, this is. I know that high school's meaningless. I would just straight up. I would just start writing.
You'd
Be
be-
ready for, and then I'd go right into comedy at 18.
Right into comedy again?
Yeah.
And then you'd live that life and be like, I'm still poor.
No, I would steal everyone's jokes because this is 20 years ago.
Oh, right.
I'd write The Office. Well, it wasn't out yet.
Yeah, The Office, maybe. Not, yeah. Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Done. That's all me.
So Torio, tell us about this show you wrote, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I'd change it to something different.
San Diego.
It's always cloudy in Des Moines.
Oh, that's good.
And it would still take place in Philadelphia.
But you'd have to go off memory. So would you be able to remember all the episodes? You're like, all right, so Frank's like weird. Actually, they're all kind of weird.
They're all kind of dicks. Yeah. And then I get it mixed with other shows. And George is like, he's short and fat and just kind of angry all the
And
time.
senile, and he's Bart's best friend.
That's right. Yeah. It just turns into what? No, because Bart would have been. The Simpsons was around.
I know.
The Simpsons has always been around.
I know.
You can't steal The Simpsons.
The Simpsons, I think, has outlived our simulation of life.
Yep. For
Like,
sure.
it is God. It's predicted everything.
Simpsons is God.
Did you know it predicted Hesby Street?
It did predict Hesby. Did you? That's crazy.
No one saw that episode.
Yeah.
But
it's season 5,
yeah.
episode 21.
Yeah, Milhouse and Bart team up for a little bit.
And they start a podcast called Hesby Street. It's crazy that I'm somehow Millhouse in that.
I know, it's weird. I guess glasses?
That's so stupid, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's upsetting.
Yeah.
It's upsetting. Anyways.
My dad's an addict. That's kind of Homer tendencies.
So I went to Vegas on Thursday to do a show.
Oh, boring.
Yeah. And then I had to fly to San Diego early in the morning.
Oh, damn.
To go Padre game opening weekend, and then I had a show down there.
Look at you, by the way.
Well, Well, it was just like things got booked last minute. So I'm in Vegas, right? I booked a 6 a.m. flight on Frontier Airlines, an airline I told myself I'd never use again. I used it once. I would never do this again. But it was like the only way I could make it to San Diego to get like I had a golf tee time with my brother.
Yeah.
And so I get there at like, you know, almost 5 a.m. 6 a.m. is the flight. They don't let us on the plane till 7 a.m. because they're having paperwork issues, which is a weird issue.
Yeah.
We sit on the plane from 7 to like 9:15, not taking off. They just keep every half hour. They're like, it's like a software paperwork thing. And so at 9:15, they let us off the plane, right? People are upset. They're like keeping their cool pretty good.
Right. They push you, though.
But like the Frontier people, you know how normally the people are the worst and the workers are like, you feel bad for them?
Yeah.
It was the opposite this time. The workers, like, I think that they were probably trying to get, their life just must, maybe Frontier's so bad that they're like they're like
worn down,
traumatized from other bad plane situations. Like this one lady said, was yelling at us, like just 3 of us walking down the tarmac. Like, don't forget any of your bags on, like yelling. You can't leave your bags on the plane. Cause like they are telling us we're going back on the plane at some point. And this lady just goes, who the fuck are you yelling at? Which I'm like, I'm on your side, lady.
Yeah.
She's just yelling at me and this lady.
Right.
Like there's no one else.
Weird.
So anyways.
She's just screaming at you.
She's just screaming. I'm just like, you know, I just did a show in Vegas, had some tequila, slept for like an hour and a half.
Damn.
I'm ready to just whatever.
Sleep
we get off the
wherever.
plane at 9:15. And then, so some people are canceling their flights. This is the funniest part to me. They're like, I want the refund now. And they're like, you can't. And then if they push, so then they start refunding people's flights. Then at 9:30, like not that long, they're like, okay, we've been cleared, back on the plane. So I'm like, all right, we get back on the plane. The people that canceled their flights, they're not letting on the plane. They're like, sorry, you canceled it. You wanted this.
Oh my God, the pettiness.
The pettiness of it all. So we get on the plane, we take off, I don't know, not till like 11, because they're like kind of giving everybody maybe 10:30, 11. So, this is just a long story. It's, you know, we've all been through shitty airplanes.
I hate being stuck in the plane.
The plane's rough. So then we land. I get in there, like, I missed the tea time, but still make the Padre game. It's a fun. I'm not even in that bad of a considering. But then I'm just kind of like, all right, never flying Frontier again. And then Frontier sends me like a free flight voucher. You know, like, hey, sorry for all that happened. And I'm just like, I'm stuck flying Frontier forever.
You know, I need this.
Yes, I think that's like, yeah, I'm just so afraid that I'm gonna use that voucher.
Yeah,
and it's gonna happen all over again.
Yeah,
and then I'm gonna get another voucher.
Yeah,
and someday I'm gonna be rich, and I'm still gonna be flying Frontier just because I'm in this Frontier prison.
Yeah,
of just like, hey, sorry about that. Sorry about that plane that crashed, landed.
Yeah,
here's 2 free vouchers, and I'm like, stop giving me the free vouchers.
All right,
I don't want to fly.
Yeah, you're like,
with you
first
anymore.
Class there is the least terrible part of the plane.
Don't fly Frontier, guys.
I feel like I don't know how you didn't snap. By like hour 2 on that plane of them being like, it's a paperwork software issue, I'd be like, is there a paperwork software specialist on this plane?
I was impressed because like so I think I told you Rob Ryan was on the plane.
Rob, the
like
coach?
The coach?
Oh, it was really him? I thought you were kidding.
Oh no, it was really him.
Rob Ryan flying Frontier?
It was insane. He's a Vegas coach of the Raiders, and he had his Baltimore Ravens gear, which I thought was funny. That was who he coached last year.
Yeah.
And I kept waiting for him to snap. I'm like, Rob, they can't do this to you. The
Right.
rest of us are just nobodies.
All right.
You're Rob Ryan. Get up there.
Yeah.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah. And he didn't.
No, of course not.
Docile?
He just sat there chill as fuck. Well, I mean, I don't know. I think we're all upset in our heads. The lady next to me was like, I've never flown Frontier before. And I was like, I wish I could say that. This is my second time. And apparently not my last.
Because we're going to have vouchers.
Because I have this voucher.
Rob Ryan's just like, sweet, vouchers. It's like, no, you're rich.
You're so
It should be
rich.
different than
You have
this.
2 Super Bowl rings. I read all of his Wikipedia. I had a lot of time. Oh, the funniest thing on his Wikipedia page is it says like in 2015, Rob Ryan had lap band surgery, right? You know.
Yeah, the
And then,
fat one.
And then the next sentence just says the procedure failed.
Yeah, it didn't take. Never heard of that. I've never heard of that. Leave
He's
it
a
to
big dude.
Leave it
He's
to
a
an
fat man.
NFL caliber
Yeah.
intestinal
Yeah.
tract. Isn't he the one into feet, or is that his brother?
It's his brother.
Damn. He's like, nah, I'm into hands.
I'm into being stuck on airplanes for 3 to 6 hours. That's my fetish.
Imagine being a twin and you're the one that's like, no, I'm the one that's not into feet.
I'm not the feet guy.
It's Rex, yeah. Just think Rex, not into feet. That's what I tell people.
Yeah.
I don't know if it helps.
Yep.
It is funny being a football coach and into feet. It's like, why do they call it football? It's like, I don't know, but I fucking love it.
That's just how dedicated I am to loving football.
I don't even like the
I
sport.
didn't even used to like feet, and then I learned to like feet. It's so weird knowing, like, just having the public know what your kink.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what's your kink?
If people ever found my collection of furry suits,
That one's so weird to me.
that one's fun.
It's for ugly people, right?
I hope.
Like, it's just, you just want to hide everything, so you wear this, like, baggy, furry thing.
Yeah, but I think it's like the gold rush. Like, you hope that you fall in love with another furry animal and you take off the, like, Mickey Mouse head and it's just a gorgeous
Well, that's what I'm
dude.
saying. Like, what if you just fell in love with this bombshell, total 10,
Yeah.
and then she's like, I only want to have sex if I'm in this outfit. You're like, no.
Yeah, that would be tough.
Yeah, get out of it. I
Are
don't
you-
want to fuck a mouse again.
Are you doing that?
Am I gonna?
You got to go out like that. You got to you go out to dinners like that and you take the hat off. Everyone's looking at you, but she's the most beautiful, most loving, caring. She's got a mental disorder, clearly.
Well, that's the deal breaker.
A mental disorder?
Well, it's like, is she okay?
I mean,
Because you bring
are
up
any of us?
You bring up mental disorder, and then I'm like, well, does she understand what's happening?
Yes, I think so. I think it's like it's a.
So she just can't be out in public in her normal skin. She gets like
I think so. Yeah.
anxious.
Yeah, but she is a good person. It's just something she can't get over.
Yeah, I could be in love with that person,
Hell yeah,
but she's got to be great in other ways.
she is.
Yeah, she's got to be like, yeah.
And then
Yeah, I don't really
you're
care
dressing up as a squirrel and
I
meeting
don't really
us
care
at
what other
Barney's.
people think much anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
So you dress up like a squirrel
Yeah, for
love.
for your person, right?
Yeah.
Because then you have that person that's like, yeah, I could be with one person.
Yeah.
I don't need all these other people.
Yeah.
I'm still
that's
gonna
true.
have the people that like my comedy. I'm still
Right.
gonna have you guys like my friends.
Yeah.
You won't hang out with me in public anymore.
I know.
With my wife.
I will.
Girlfriend,
I'll
whatever.
meet up with you anywhere. I bet you at the DMV. I'll come kick it for a little bit.
What suit you in? Oh, I didn't
I'm
know.
on my way.
When'd you get an armadillo? All right, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
No, that'd be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like because I watch a lot of trashy reality TV, and I feel like there are a lot of functional adults that it's just like, oh yeah, you know, I didn't realize this thing that you do. It's like you have a mental disorder. Like I watched Teen Mom on MTV.
I guess the word mental disorder kind of like.
It's a red flag.
No. I don't know if you're labeling it right.
Yeah.
What are you What are these?
Well,
Disorders?
here's the example I was gonna give.
Are they quirks or are they disorders?
Well, like,
disorder
there's-
has this connotation that they're like, it's bad. Sickness.
I think it's
Maybe sickness isn't the right word. But
yeah. I see what you're saying. It's such a negative connotation when it's just like the way you are. That's probably a little harsh. But there's this mom on Teen Mom, and by the way, Teen Mom, they're no longer teens. They're like our age, but we've been watching them since they got first pregnant
Their
as
kids
teenagers.
are pregnant now.
No.
Be like, it's the family business.
Get in.
Get pregnant.
You want Dr. Drew to come to your birthday? So there's one mom, Kaylin, and she's got a podcast. She's like businesswoman building her dream house.
Was she the really beautiful one that did like porn and stuff?
No.
You know what I'm talking about? I never watched
One
Teen
did
Mom.
porn.
Yeah.
One did porn. No, Kaylin, no, she's like a mom. It's like her identity is like, I want to be soccer mom, sports mom.
Totally.
She's sitting on the sidelines.
Sorry to interrupt.
Teen mom, teen mom and team mom. She has like 5 kids now. And
Same dude?
No, I think almost all of them are different dudes.
Okay, so she just likes it.
I think to me, there's like some mental thing where it's like another one and another one and another one. Like, I don't know if she's done having kids even.
Right.
And she is sort of like not cut out. Like the men have moved on, or it's not a healthy relationship, but it's like not stopping her.
It's funny because we see that as a disorder.
Yeah.
Right. And I think most,
Building an army.
yeah, most women.
If you're building an army, you have a disorder. If you're a doomsday prepper, you have a disorder.
Yes, right. But also, like, biologically, that's what we're trained to do.
Yeah, right.
Just procreate.
Yeah.
Right. But it's like now the few people that haven't figured out that, like, well, that's not how we do things anymore. Like, you need to, like, chill out. 2 kids tops.
Right. Well, that's a good point. It's like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like maybe they're the normal ones.
Right.
And we're the ones, like,
they're listening to their body more than we
to their
are.
bodies, and we're just like,
Well, it's like people whose identity is hunting. It's like, dude, you got a problem. But it's like, no, you guys have a fucking problem. We've been hunting our whole fucking lives.
yeah.
Yeah, like when we go out and I'm always climbing trees and sleeping in them to avoid predators.
Yeah, but you don't understand that bears can climb trees, and I always yell that to you.
I know, but you don't understand. It gives me time. And I can climb to the lighter limbs.
Okay.
And then they fall.
Yeah, but you also, like, you have to wear clothes. Like, we live in a society.
No, you don't.
We live in a...
No,
you do.
No, dude, no.
There's rules now.
No, man.
This
You're
ain't
a
the
prisoner.
past.
You have a mental disorder.
Okay. You do.
No, I don't.
No, you're literally feral. That's a disorder.
No, I don't, dude. My fleas are a micro ecosystem that are defending me from other things. I had this astronomy teacher, and he was such a not the guy in high school that I told you worked for NASA that you don't believe me. This guy was in junior college, and his like spiel, he put so much love and thought into his like lessons every day. And he had jokes. It was almost like a guy doing a dorky stand-up routine, but the class was at like 6:55 in the morning.
Right.
So everyone's just like asleep and like, what? I don't care. And I would always just be like, I love this. Like, I'm going to an open mic tonight because you put this much love.
Yeah.
I need to give my craft this much love. And he would talk about other fascinating things about life that like intrigue him and kind of weave them into his lessons. But he talked about how we used to sleep in trees to avoid predators at night, like in Africa, right? Lions are out there and shit. Yeah. And he basically argued that genetically, that feeling of like when you like feel like you're falling, it's because you felt like generations of feeling like you were falling out of the tree. And then he said something about Rockabye Baby on the treetop, like being like inherently linked to that, which I don't know. That's a little much. But I definitely feel that like we wake up startled.
Yeah, probably every animal.
And then I read this book I think it was called Mean Genes, something genes. And it was just all these theories about why we behave the way we behave is based on how we had to behave like thousands of years ago for thousands of years. Right. So like when you buy a bunch of groceries and you bring them home, you want to eat them all because like you had to eat all the food you got. Otherwise predators were coming, the meat will spoil.
Yeah, it's the same thing like with like, you know, eating at night. Like they say, why is that so hard to not do? And it's because like your body knows that it's going to sleep, which means it's going to go a long time without eating.
Yeah.
You know what's tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's like, get it all in there.
Yeah, right. Or, you know, like me like masturbating like 5 times a day.
Yeah.
That's prayer in some cultures.
Yes.
For thousands
prayer.
of years.
It's also, it's a good way to thwart off potential predators.
We had to procreate. So like my ancestors, they were fucking that whole time, but I can't be fucking this whole time. I can't be.
You can be.
No, it's not okay. It's really not okay.
Fifth
time of the day.
What's that? Is that plant okay?
No, it's I've been fucking it.
Yeah, there's a lot of it's moist and yeah, okay.
I mean, dude, where am I supposed to put this?
The trash. The toilet. The plant's done nothing to you.
You don't understand my genes. They want to create life. Yeah, so there's other things that we do that just come from, you know, like in the morning I get up and I howl. And I always wondered like what's wrong with me? No, everything's going right.
You think that's right?
That's right, because my ancestors would get up and they would howl.
They would howl.
Yeah.
And that's to announce their location to potential predators?
I think it's the sign of the dawn of a new day dawning. I think that's what they did. I'm just listening to my genes
That
here.
makes sense because when I get out of the shower,
Yeah.
I shake dry.
Okay.
You know?
So that's probably why they weren't towels back then.
Yeah, because my roommates will be like, "Hey, can you towel dry?" 'Cause
Yeah.
it's kind of the water gets everywhere.
Yeah. Or
And
at least shake dry in the bathroom behind a closed door. But you go out to the living
I go out
room.
to the living
What's
room,
up, guys?
And then I get on the couch and just kind of, where the L shape.
Yeah.
And I just kind of just rub both sides
Oh my god.
to dry. And then they complain.
Right.
And then I get in their face and I say, "I'll gut you."
And that's what your ancestors would have done.
That's what they would have done.
You know what I realized is like, you know how sometimes I'll go to the bathroom and I'm taking a shit for like almost an hour.
Yeah.
You know, and you say I'm looking at my phone.
You're not looking at your phone?
No, my ancestors. So every day, like everyone had a role, and it was a lot of like work.
Got it.
My ancestors, I'm starting to realize, they would go shit,
For an hour.
and the longer you were gone shitting, the less work you had to do.
So it was strategic.
It was a way to survive, you know, while
Yeah.
conserving energy. Because, like you said, you don't know when the next meal is going to come.
You don't know. And now you're getting rid of so much meal.
Exactly. Like, I need to shut my shit down.
Yeah. And it's the same thing for me. When my roommates come home with groceries, I like to eat them immediately.
Because predators could come.
Because predators come. And then they get mad.
Yeah.
And they say, "You have to reimburse me."
Right.
And then I say no,
Yeah.
because that's not how my ancestors would have done it.
And that makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, you know how when we lived together, you'd always catch me like starting a fire in a part of the house?
Yeah, and I'd be like, "You need to ventilate that."
Yeah. But no, like I don't care about ventilation. I don't see ventilation because our huts were naturally ventilated.
But do you remember that one time where you were passed out and then I had to drag you out of the house?
No.
You don't. But do you remember me telling you about it?
I remember waking up coughing and you were like,
Yeah.
"Dude, that was crazy." And I said, "Bullshit."
Yeah.
But fire's just so fascinating to my ancestors.
Right,
And
totally.
if you could light a fire, you were the coolest guy. You were fucking 5 times a day.
That's a good point.
You know, so we were fire guy, we were long shit guy. I'm starting to realize you
My
were
family was wheel guy.
wheel guy,
And I remember
get rid of food guy.
get rid of food guy. Yeah, well, like today I had to move my car for
Street cleaning.
street cleaning, right? But I woke up like right at 10 o'clock when street cleaning started. So I had to get to the car fast because they're pretty on top of it.
Yeah.
And so I knew that I couldn't just go 2 feet to my car. I had to full on forearm, like sprint.
Yeah.
Like cheetah. I had to cheetah run down my stairs. And you know what? If I hadn't, I would have had a ticket because the lady was right there.
And she was like,
She was like, "Oh my God."
"Dude, I would have ticketed you regardless, but you came sprinting at me on all fours."
All fours. And then it's weird because then I was so in that zone that I went into the car hands first. And then I had to, I was hand pedaling my car. Cheetah.
She's like, "Is this your car? You dove in through the windshield."
And then I was driving with my legs steering. And it was
Just
incredibly
shoulders
dangerous.
down, legs over the top. Dude, that's terrifying.
Yeah, but it's like I can't afford a ticket right now. so
It's not worth being able to see above the steering wheel. I can just picture the ticket lady getting in the little car and being like, "They got to start giving us guns."
I thought I've seen everything.
And you're always like, "I can't wait to have kids to lick clean and pick up by the neck with my mouth."
Yeah.
You're always talking about how you want to have kids that you could pick up by the neck with your mouth.
Yeah, and I want my wife to have 6 kids or more.
Right.
Because
one for each nipple. I mean, we're talking dream girl scenario here.
Yeah, well, I was thinking more because I know that the first 5 placentas, she gets to eat.
Right.
But anything after that, it becomes not good for her anymore.
and then,
So I
and then
get
the
to come
tribe has to devour it.
has to come in.
You know how like I am always eating stuff that expired?
Uh-huh.
I think my ancestor, they were like, "Did you get rid of that meat?" And I'm like, "Uh-huh." They're like, "You know it was bad, right? You threw it in the river and let it wash down?"
Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah, it's all gone.
It's in a
How
river.
bad are we talking here? You know, there was probably like a Steve-O guy back in the day that just found out of berries. That's where Steve-O comes from. A long line of people who are
Hey, we
like,
need someone from the Steve-O clan to try this berry.
does it kill you or paralyze you? And he's just like, oh, fuck, dude. And everyone, that was the first laugh.
That was and then, yeah. Man, so he was the first comedian and the first food tester.
Yep.
That's an important.
Steve-O, every society needs a Steve-O. You don't realize.
Yeah. So many Steve-Os had to die, you know, to get to today's
Right,
Steve-O.
it's crazy. That's why they had kids so young.
Right.
Because it's like, all right, I'm 14. I got 9 kids. Time for me to start tasting berries. And they were happier.
That's the craziest part.
That's what we don't.
They were so happy.
We always forget.
You always say, like, people are like, they're like afraid of the apocalypse, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
But also, you get to wake up and you know what you're doing today.
Right.
It's
Dying.
don't die. Well, yeah, die.
Right.
But I'm saying, like, you wake up and it's like, okay, today we're going to run. We're going
Right.
to forage.
Right.
We're going to maybe kill.
Yeah.
Maybe be killed.
And
know?
you don't have to worry about your day being not eventful enough. Like if I run into you, I'm like, what have you been up to? You're like, found a can, unopened.
The cannon of it.
Dude, nice. I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, now we have to fight.
Never a dull moment in dystopian America. Our next Dust Bowl is going to be fun.
Oh, I can't wait. That's the thing about the apocalypse. I said earlier that I liked it, but it's going to be dirty. You
Oh,
know?
yeah. Oh,
Not
yeah.
being able to shower,
Right.
that's going to suck.
Right.
And how you find love.
Without
You know?
showering?
Yeah, because
Having
like,
the most canned food?
But what I'm saying is that we'll always know life with shower.
Right.
You know? Like our kids, they'll know life only as dust.
But what about lake and river?
Those will be dust.
Fuck.
Yeah.
What about ocean?
Ocean will be there, but salt.
Yeah, that's going to eat your skin up.
Yeah, and it'll be acid.
Acid ocean?
Acid ocean, I think, is
Okay.
coming.
Well, then I don't think we'll have to worry for too long.